All right, let's look for a new hockey game. What do we got here? What do we got? What do we got? All right, we got NHL. No. Bush League hockey? No. Air hockey? No.
Super blood hockey? I don't know. This might be fun.
Little did I know the horrors that were awaiting me. So you started the game in line. You're a coach, and you're about to sign up your team for the Super International Blood Hockey League or whatever. And they ask you your name and what country you represent, and they ask you what your team name is. And I went with the Killer Canucks, which was really cool because it went with the theme of the game. Because all of the other teams were the blank blank. So all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, you don't have enough money for the fees, but you do have a perfectly good kidney. And then they're just like, sleep dart. Yes, go into the bliss.
Jesus Christ, what the bloody fuck was that?
Alright, I'm going to describe the plotline to this game like it's a 1980s movie trailer. In the not-too-distant future, corporations begin buying private prisons. Prisons start growing heavily in numbers. Incarcerations and prison populations have increased by 500%. People are being arrested for almost anything. Because prisoners are forced into mandatory organ donations to extend the lives of corporate overlords. Prisoners are subjected to replaced, inferior, synthetic organs. That's why they die so easily.
Did you find the plot of this game interesting? Well, good for you, because they take the plot and they throw it out the fucking window, because they never bring it up ever again after that.
Nowhere in the trailer do they talk about prison. They talk about arcade style, no rules, up to 4-player local action, choose your mode, just try not to lose. Just try not to lose. More like, just try not to lose your organs. But with all seriousness, this is the best arcade style hockey game I've ever played. The game is way better than Blades of Steel, way better than NHL, and way better than the game that it's totally inspired by, heavily inspired by, ice hockey on the NES. You can totally tell that the game is completely a copy of the game. The fact that in both games, Canada is the green team, and in both games, you have a team of 4 guys, and you could choose the fat guy, the skinny guy, and the regular-sized guy. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's a great game. But, yeah, it was kind of obvious, but whatever. One of the things about the game that really makes it stand out is its targeting system. This little line just makes every shot feel so smooth. But let's talk about the gameplay. The objective of the game is to manage all of the training for all of your teammates. And you manage a lot of stuff. You manage what they eat, you manage what skill they should be working on, you manage if they should be healing their injuries, and yeah, you can even give them drugs too. And you gotta make sure that your guys always heal their injuries, because if you don't, the higher their brain damage meter is, the higher the chance that they'll die after a fight. And that's the weirdest part about this game. This game has permadeath. I will never forget the death of my fallen teammates, because it still haunts me to this day. Raphael Sucree was one of the first members of the Killer Canucks. He was in a horrific injury, and we were told that he was probably never going to play hockey ever again. We didn't have enough money to support his medical bills, so we pulled the plug. And then he died. And then there was Ethan Moose. Ethan Moose was one of the best players in the entire league, and then he was cut short in his prime from a spinal cord injury, and he died. And then there was Joshua Gruel. He got in a fight with a North Korean guy named Ryu. He got punched in the heart, and then he died. And then there was the story of Luka Deke. He was the greatest rookie the entire league ever had. He scored a hat-trick in his first ever game, and then in his second game, he was horribly injured. While trying to recover from his injuries, he accidentally overdosed on steroids, and he died. What kind of monster would let a league like that exist?
Better question is, how would they advertise a league like that? I think it would look something like this. Tiddly, tiddly, tiddly.
Tired of all the boring rules and regulation and bullshit in the NHL? Well, then fuck that noise! You need to watch the International Prison Hockey League, the only hockey league where prisoners from around the world beat each other to death with no rules. Offsides? Fuck that noise. Icing? Are you freaking kidding me? Penalties? What kind of pussy-ass league do you think this is? Watch grown men battle for sport only here at the IPHL.
But I have to admit, the gameplay in this game is actually really, really good. Check it out in this highlight reel of beauty goals.
I love this game so much that I even tweeted the creator to see if he was going to make a sequel. And not only did he like my tweet, he even replied back. What a nice, friendly guy. One of the weirder parts of the game is all the ridiculous game overs you can get. If you get a game over with Team Canada, Justin Trudeau hits you with a fucking Zamboni. If you get a game over with Team America, you die because you don't have good health insurance. Topical. I like it. Why is Ronald McDonald there? If you get a game over with North Korea, you get killed by a 50 caliber cannon. Fun fact, that's the same way Kim Jong-un killed his uncle. If you get a game over with Team Sweden, they like fillet your back open, Viking style. If you get a game over with Team Chechnya, they just throw you out of the parliament building. you get a game over with Team Germany, they turn you into a bratwurst. If you get a game over with Team Russia, Putin kicks the shit out of you Russian style. As you can see, I've been clearly playing this game for far too long. Ew, let's just get this garbage out of here. Ew, shame. Shame. There we go, that's how I like to organize it. Back here's where you go and you buy the drugs. Back here in the chateaus. Fuck yeah, I want to buy some cannabis. Too much of this stuff will turn you into some kind of useless pacifist?
If marijuana makes you a useless pacifist, then someone should say that to Nate Diaz.
One bag costs $3.50.
Dude, man, if you're paying $350 for a bag, you're getting ripped off.
Well, that's it for today's episode. Peace out, and remember...